Oh no! Oh no, 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 no,
Yep.
no, no,
Hello.
no.
For anybody who doesn't know me, I did take a month break off the game, but I just came back to the most insane buff to this character I've ever seen in my life. I'm a multiple time eternity average rogue player. I've pretty much one-tricked the character and ranked all the time to prove that she can be played at a pretty good level without the team up, but right now she is in the strongest state she has ever been. And I've been making another guide for her for a while, but her entire play, at least for me, I have adopted an entirely new playstyle with the buff that has been proving to be so efficient that I think I need to make a part 2 guide here. So this is going to basically cover a lot of the things that have changed since my last one, which was with the new 8.5 patch, as well as demonstrate and show you exactly what to do with it now and why I've had so much success with it. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay, so order of operations for this video, I'm gonna go over the numbers and then the new playstyle that I use, and then I'm gonna show you the combos that I use in the playstyle and then applicable scenarios that I use them. So if you want to skip over the numbers part and just get to the other part and don't really care about why everything works the way that it does, I would skip over this segment. I'm going to segment this video so that you can go to the next one. So the key here that we're going to be looking at is specifically Rogue's Bash, because Bash got the biggest change out of the 2 buffs that she got this patch, and it was the most drastic thing in terms of her numbers I think I've ever seen for this character. They usually buff her by a couple of seconds of a cooldown or whatever, but this was a real big damage buff. So essentially, Rogue's Bash does 40 damage base, and in my old guide, there was a time where I said that the meter was not worth paying attention to because you could never fill it up. That is just not true anymore. With the 20% damage conversion rate buff that they gave it, it means that the bar is pretty much filled every time you are blocking at least 2 or 3 people shooting at you, which as a tank happens all the time. And it caps at 100 energy. So you can you can store basically 100 energy, which is 100 damage into the block, but it only does 90% of it. So essentially you're gonna store 90 damage when the bar is full. But in terms of the actual numbers of the game, that is turning a 40 damage ability, an ability that was on average only used for 40 damage, to an 130 damage ability, which on a combo based character changes every breakpoint that she has, so that all of her combos, whenever you needed to kill somebody, it needed to use 3 cooldowns. Now it only needs to use 2, and I will go over those exact combos that I use in game when I go to the combo guide of the section. But it is ridiculous how efficient you can be with the character now, in terms of just like moving around and still have an extra cooldown to do whatever you need to afterwards. It's kind of crazy. For the playstyle part of this video, it took me a while to figure it out, at least on day 1, what this character felt like, but as a reference, just for people who need to get accustomed and also play hero shooters, this character reminded me, after the buffs, of Tank Doomfist. Because the main reason for how you play her now is you want to play entirely around the block gauge. So whenever you see the block gauge is full, or you want to manipulate your positioning so that you can fill up the block gauge before any engage, because as soon as it is full green, and there's also an indicator on Rogue herself that when her fists are red, that is your go button. That is the button that is like, okay, this is my time to get a pick. And if you are facing Rogue and you see her fists are red, you run for the hills, because this character will delete you off the map now. So now up on screen, I'm going to put the 3 combos that I use when charge block is ready. All 3 of these combos do 310 damage, which against any DPS in a 1v1, you're going to delete them off the map. And then even if a support is patty caking, if they are half a second late, you can also just catch them off guard and just delete them off the map. And then in support ults, if you have damage boost, you can actually kill with these combos through invis ult. And that is also pretty crazy. And I try to keep my combos at 2 cooldowns now, now that they're applicable, because I like to have the extra cooldown to maneuver around the fight. Like, granted, you can still cooldown dump, but you are also more susceptible to dying, so this is like a very efficient min-max way of a playstyle, but in high elos, this is make or break whether you live or die, because this character is so squishy when all her cooldowns are down. So yeah. Now as these example clips roll, I just wanted to say I high-key have been seeing so many new rogue players after the patch, and I hope to see them stay because I would love to like see what other people come up with as this character gets more innovated on. And the clips feel so good once you master them, and also the learning process is just so much fun. And I hope you guys have a great time learning her. If you guys have any more detailed questions about the character, I have a guide before this one. And I'm also live on the Purple app, which will be in the description below and have been rolling on the left side of the screen. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and thank you for watching the guide. Yeah, you're dead.